Adults exploit and abuse minors online. My name is Rue.
All right, any quiet?
And my organization helps law enforcement stop them.
He has multiple pseudonyms, and he does that because he needs to protect his real identity.
And it's making it almost impossible to find him.
What do I need to find you don't trust me?
Well, you are a stranger on the internet.
I'm sorry.
In the new documentary series, Undercover Underage, a 38-year-old mom from Connecticut poses as multiple teenage girls to catch sex offenders on the internet.
Rue Powell joins us live. Rue, thanks for being with us.
Good morning.
Thank you for having me.
So, Rue, how did this all start for you?
Well, I have been a career-long writer writing about child advocacy and things that affect kids, including sex trafficking and sex abuse. And I'd worked in the tech space around child safety. And I ended up starting SOSA, which is Safe from Online Sex Abuse, a nonprofit that fights online sex abuse and exploitation. We put decoys online to identify pockets of the internet where perpetrators are.
Why do you have to do it? I mean, shouldn't police be doing this on their own?
Sure, they could. We are not law enforcement. All we're doing is identifying perpetrators, and we're handing over the information to law enforcement. Ultimately, the issue is that Internet Crimes Against Children task forces and other departments that are fighting crimes against children, they're under-resourced. And we're not taking the place of what law enforcement does. We're simply aiding them.
So, you know, you're in your 30s and you're able to pass as a teen. Is that just because you're doing an online identity and you don't show yourself? You look very young, or are there instances where they want to see you?
I do video chats, but we use a lot of smoke and mirrors. I mean, I'm very obviously close to 40, and we use wigs and prosthetics and braces and a lot of context of a teenage bedroom, as well as a lot of digital editing to make me believable.
What are some of the tricks or methods that these people use to try and lure kids in?
A lot of it is just around trust building. So they get kids to say yes to really innocuous things, and they keep saying yes until they start asking for more insidious things, and then it's hard to say no. So for example, oh, make sure you send me a good morning text when you wake up. That seems innocuous. Oh, send a picture of what you're wearing today. That feels innocuous. What's your dog's name? Or send a picture of you doing your homework. All of those things feel fairly benign. And then it moves down the line until suddenly the requests are really insidious in nature, but they've gotten you so used to saying yes that it becomes hard to say no.
Gosh, and I'm sure as you do this, you're thinking about a young kid doing what you're doing, and it's probably so disturbing for you, right? Are you finding out, I'm surprised you can keep doing it, I guess, is my question.
It is a difficult thing to witness and kind of be on the receiving end of, but I always think it's better me, who's 38, has reasonable coping skills, has access to support and a therapist, than a kid who might be dealing with it quietly without support, or they're afraid to talk to someone for fear of being victim blamed.
So how many people have you caught or identified?
Well, the answer to that is complicated. We've identified hundreds, but we are not part of the prosecution process. We take the evidence and we hand it over to law enforcement, and we let them do what law enforcement does. They might conduct their own independent investigation. We might give them the logins to our accounts so they can act as our decoys, or we might work in tandem with them where they're logged in at the same time and we're watching messages come in concurrently, and then an arrest will be made, and we've worked together with them on that. So it really depends. Sometimes we don't know an arrest has been made until we read about it in the paper. It's not our leg of the journey, so I couldn't give you a great answer on that.
What is the reaction of these guys? Is there a general profile, or is it all over the board? And what do we learn about what makes these guys tick? Is it possible to reform someone like that?
Well, I'm not a doctor. You know, I couldn't say. However, I think the one thing that takes most people aback is that we have this idea of what a criminal, of what someone who does this might look like. And it's always a troll under a bridge or some really bad guy in some really, scary movie. But the truth is that a lot of them look like the people who shop next to us at Whole Foods, or the guy that does your taxes, or, a coworker. They're, maybe white collar and have a wife and kids, and they work 9 to 5s, and, they're just normal people. And I think that's the scary part, is that they're among us, they're our next door neighbors. So there's no real profile. My hope is through Undercover Underage, there are would-be perpetrators who say, oh, I recognize a propensity in myself to harm a kid, and so I'm going to get help. So there's, I hope that there's a path to rehabilitation for would-be perpetrators before they become perpetrators.
Well, Rue, we appreciate you joining us. It's Undercover Underage. It's streaming now on Discovery Plus, and there's the information on your screen. Thanks, Rue.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.